Thank you so
Oh,
much for meeting with me. Uh,
absolutely. My pleasure.
I hate that I didn't get to catch you on the Monsters tour with Wednesday 13 because you said that they couldn't fit you on the stage.
Yeah, exactly. So, that was kind of bizarre because I don't have that much stuff, but they did.
Yeah, yeah.
Between the drums and I don't know. It was just kind of weird because logistics for the most of it, like 99% of the tour was like nice stages.
Hmm.
Now kind of suited for the band of that gratitude,
Yeah.
gratitude, such as Wednesday or Stitched Up, or even that Rabbits who has really escaped the fate, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
break. So, this couple times, it was like what, three times I think it happened, where the stage was just so bizarrely tiny
Huh.
that it was extremely difficult. And yeah, so there was just no place. No.
Well, you're a one-woman army.
Yeah.
Um, that's how you describe yourself. So, um, I'd like to really dive into the history of who you are, why you do this, your image. And I absolutely love that you are a part of, mental awareness, suicide prevention, things like that. That's really big to me, and it drew me into wanting to talk to you more about that and those influences in your music. So, you're from Poland. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how would you pronounce the name of your group, but also your name? Because I don't want to mispronounce it during the interview.
Oh, absolutely. So I am I Ya Toyah.
Uh, I got
And
that one right.
I Ya Toyah is the band, the
Right.
brand.
Right.
And Anya is my personal name.
Anya.
Polish
It's
name. Yes. As I
nice
was.
to meet you, Anya. I'm Lynn.
Nice to meet you, Lynn.
All right. So I Ya Toyah is Polish for it's just me.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I guess that breeds to you just doing all of this by yourself. So, what made you go in that direction?
Well, so it started with me always wanting to pursue music since I was very tiny. And that was kind of like just always there. I knew that this is what I'm going to be doing in my life sooner or later. Of course, life through lots of hardships. For example, I would be going to music school as a child, 11 years old, very successful path. And suddenly a car crash happens and I'm put in coma for months and, you know, cannot return to doing music for many, many years after this. But eventually, of course, I do. And then I do bands, right? It's like a classic way for a singer-songwriter to exist in the music realm. So I started bands, had different projects, joint projects. Eventually, I started my own. And what I learned through all this process of following my passion, wanting to do this, is that bands break up. And when they break up, they break your heart and they break your process. And it happened to me so many times um, that eventually I just said, "That's it. I can't. I can't allow this anymore. I
Mhm.
can't keep doing this. It's insanity. Because if you keep doing what doesn't work and you keep doing it all over again, it is insanity by definition."
Yeah.
So I decided another insane idea that I'm just gonna do it on my own. And I remember when I announced it in my small circle of friends and family, everybody was like, just go to sleep, sleep on it. Everything will be fine. The band will glue back together. And I'm just like, guys, what are you talking about? There is no way I'm coming back to that concept. It doesn't work. I gotta do it on my own. That's where I know it will work. And guess what? Regardless of all, regardless of everybody telling me it's impossible, it worked.
Yeah. And
It was the
you
first
have
time.
to answer just to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I hate bands. I love working with people. Right now, I have a team of people whom I work with, and I'm grateful for every single one of them. And I join different projects. I'm a part of a collaborative supergroup, Joy Tiffs. So I'm definitely not anti-bands by no means.
Yeah.
And I praise bands who make it work. I think it's extremely difficult to make it work as a band, but yet there are bands that make it work. I guess I just wasn't that lucky, but I'm still very lucky because my band works, even it's one person band.
Yeah, it does work. So I think what I read was earlier in your career, you joined the Joy Thieves.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
right. Okay. And you collaborated with like members of Nine Inch Nails and Ministry.
Yeah,
I feel like that is completely your vibe where your music is.
yeah.
Tell me about like your collective experience and influence that that has like on as being like a solo performer.
Oh my gosh, it's endless, I always get my inspiration from observation and from life rather than other music. So, like for example, when I go to studio, I deprive myself of privilege of listening to absolutely anything because I want that pure idea to transfer versus being under influence of something and not knowing it. So I really go on like a huge, huge music strike. I don't listen to anything before I do my own stuff. Yet, of course, there is always an inspiration coming from within, which is part of our experience, which is what we listened to previously. And the Joytives is one of those things. They are just, this is a super group.
Yeah.
And by this, I mean, it's big amount of people, but also every person in that group is super. It's like I am just so honored to be part of that collective. And yeah, like even going to the studio with them, and recording something is completely different process than when I record my own stuff. So I go to studio and I have an engineer and there is a producer, and I get to express myself without what I do when I track for myself, which is track and comp and edit and all those things. I don't have to worry about any of that. So I just go and do the mic work,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's a lot of freedom, a lot of expression that they give me, but also, just rubbing against such talent, successful talent that is a part of that group is kind of transcendent feeling. It makes me feel even more privileged that I get to do what I do
Mhm.
because of that, because I feel that music goes so much farther than we all grasp. This idea of music is bigger than ourselves. No?
Absolutely. No, I 100% on that because I mean, me growing up as a little one, I was in bands and stuff like that growing up. One band did really well. We opened for Lamb of God, Evanescence. So
Yeah.
that was like, I guess you'd call that my heyday. But even now, later into my career of doing like concert photography and just really putting myself into the industry, I'm learning more and more from different artists on how they collab with other people and what they learn from being in other bands because the end thing to do now is not to be just in one band. You're going to be in like three or four. And, if you enjoy that one artist, you're going to follow them to each art or each different band. Some of them branch out to movies and directing, and you just start following these people just because of who they are. And like you said, the music is way much bigger than just listening to something that pleases your ears for those few minutes or whatever it when it reaches your soul and your heart. I think that's when you are onto something. You have found your people, I guess would be a good way to put it.
Exactly. And that is the thing that is just otherwise so hard to find, you know?
Hmm.
It's full of this noise and we run and we also neglect ourselves that right to seek for those things because they are not necessity, but they
Yes.
are, in my opinion, they are absolute. Art is necessary. It's not a luxury.
Right. Yep.
It,
So, your artistic identity, very different, very bold, punk rock. I love it. Like, I love the visuals of things because people are attracted to an aesthetic or a different visual that's associated with the music. And if it blends well, it works. What made you go to the identity that you have now, and how close is that to your personal life?
it is 100%. So I share my personal life a lot, like right now. But like, as everybody else, I have different sides to my personality, and my stage side of it, my I Ya Toyah, my brand side of it, is a very, very strongly enrooted part of Anya Tarnowska. It is just one of those things that I chose to showcase during my, I Ya Toyah stuff. But it is 100% real. It's 100% authentic. Because I Ya Toyah is it's just me.
Right.
So just that, I figured I'm not gonna pretend anything or make like a fake identity for my brand because life is short. It's not. I don't have enough time to pretend. I want my authentic self to shine through for multiple reasons, to connect with right people,
Hmm.
to myself a therapeutic escape. Because when I write, I share something that's deeply important. So there is just no way that I could put a fake facade over it and dress it in the packaging that is not authentic. It has to be real. So it is, which
Yes.
makes me very vulnerable, because shall some criticism come, it attacks me personally. But I'm learning to live with it. It's okay.
Yeah, we live and learn each day, you know. Um, let's move into like mental wellness and your advocacy for it. Um, I think you donate like 15% of proceeds.
Yes.
Um, talk about that. Like
Yes.
that's a huge, bold move, and I feel like it's very honorable and respectful for you to do that. So first off, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The cause, suicide prevention, mental health awareness are my life. It's very important. I lost my mom to suicide some years ago, and it was very unexpected. She was a life lover. She was a person that, when she walked into the room, everybody looked at her. She was this energy, this like bright, bright star of universe. And then this happened. And it was so unreal, to experience that. And it made me think a lot about how we all are like this. We all carry something dark inside of us. And I guess with everything I do, I want every single person that I get to connect with to know that it's okay not to be okay, that we all are, and that we got each other. We got this. This is part of life. This is part of our human experience, and we can see through it. So important to me. It's crazy. So yes, so I do donate. I also started my own charity. So I make those bracelets now with help of funds and people who purchase my music. I print bracelets with 988 crisis line number.
Hmm.
It just says music for mental health,
Yeah.
you know, and 988. And a lot of people who have the bracelet, they reached out and told me that the bracelet saved their life.
Mm.
And they also told me that it saved life of someone who saw the bracelet, like in the store when they wore it. So this goes so much farther, than again the music and me. It's yeah, I will never stop.
Yeah. It's like it's went full circle for you completely,
Yeah,
and
but
just continuing. Yeah.
I feel like there is still so much to do. The suicide statistics, they are just so troubling. And it goes younger and younger. When I hear when 9-year-old commits suicide, it
Oh,
is like, what do you do? What do you do? It's crazy.
yeah,
You know? So
definitely.
we gotta keep talking about it. I feel stigma is the biggest enemy of uh, of problems like this. We cannot keep it in wraps. We have to talk about our experiences, talk about how we feel, share it, be kind to each other, and remind each other every day we love. You know, that's
Yeah,
it.
society needs to stop making everyone feel like if they're not having a good day or that they're not okay, that they're not crazy. That
Ex-
they don't need to go somewhere, or well, I don't want to be around you anymore because you're down. Well, that's the one time that you need to be around that person is to lift
Exactly,
them back up.
exactly. And uh, people cannot feel alone, but also I feel like it goes to where why do people feel this way? So
Mm,
we gotta reach even farther. And then this is where kindness comes. This is where everybody needs to evaluate their own decisions and their own behavior and take more charge, because our chain of action, it can affect more than we know. So kindness goes a long way. And I'm not talking be kind even where there is unkindness on the other way, but pace yourself because there is no good in being mean or bullying other person. Nothing good comes out of it. Usually when there is a bully on the other side of act of unkindness, it shows that the person who's source of that struggles.
yes,
S- We
absolutely.
not only we shouldn't be victim to this, but also we should look at this from the other perspective and perhaps do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, kindness, again, it's everything.
So, a lot of those ideals and thought process goes into your music. Do you ever feel like you need to transition your message or stories with your different songs and music to have a different path?
What do you mean? Uh,
So, do you think that, let me re-question it, sorry.
Sorry,
You,
I'm trying.
no, 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 you're good. Do you think that your music will always um, be in the realm of mental awareness?
Uh, it's hard to know what the future brings, but just thinking about who I am and my personality and the way I live my life, I'm very aware every day,
Mm,
work on being even more aware every day. It's kind of like my mission. So I really don't see how it could depart much because if you truly think about it, everything is mental wellness. We are,
yep,
it's like we don't exist without it. So our mental health, whether it's in a good shape or not, it affects everything we do. Meaning, my music will always be affected by it, and I will always put it in there. Yeah, I mean, I don't see plus my whole life path, right? What happened to me personally in my family, it is going to put a shadow behind my smile for the rest of my life.
yes,
You know,
absolutely.
it's something that I cannot escape. I cannot pretend that it's gonna stop affecting me because it won't. It will always be there.
Right.
So, plus my own mental health, I have my down days,
Mm,
I struggle days. There are days when I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to keep going. No,
yeah, but
it's
we do
very,
it.
and from
For
intense.
for me, I mean, also including my family and close friends, but music has kept me going.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I could go to just, I mean, one of the albums behind me that I have, I could be like, I know what I was thinking at that point in my life and what I was going through, and it helped me through this, and this is why. And I think that's why I just gravitate to everything, these different genres or whatever so much. So that's a good segue into my next question. Who would be your dream collaborator
Oh
that
my
you could
God.
work with?
Yeah, my dream collaborator just passed away because it's David Lynch.
Ah, yes.
It's very, very sad that this happened because this was my dream collaborator, honestly. Of course, there is so many people in the world that would be perfect to collaborate with, but David Lynch was the one that I actually had hope to reach out to one day
Hmm.
and do something with,
Yeah.
his art. So I connect to it so much, to all the surreal technique, all the dream technique, and that freedom of expression within that
Yeah.
realm. Yeah, big inspiration to me too. David Lynch for my visual art, for my, videos,
Hmm.
music, and visuals that are part of my live show.
Right.
So musically, as a songwriter, as a, composer, even as a producer, I think he inspires me more than I know. Yeah.
Awesome answer. I think that was a when I'm thinking of all, is like, of course, that's perfect. Um,
Perfect. So, oh my God, how do I travel to that next, I don't know, where do I find the portal to whichever universe that goes to? Because
yeah,
I need,
sign me
yeah.
up. So you founded Femme Fatale Records, is that true? Okay.
Yes.
Um, who do you have anyone under that you're working with currently or in the past?
Only I Ya Toyah for now. It's a very fresh record label. I don't have that much to offer in regards to, uh, signing anybody up just yet.
Hmm.
Where I constantly work on, building it up. And I know for a fact that one day it's one of my dreams to have couple acts, to have artists, independent artists as part of my record label. I want to be able to help other artists. Because building everything on your own, I do this right now for I Ya Toyah, and
Hmm.
it's hard. And I know not everyone out there has the same drive, and I do. I do have a lot of drive, and so I'm hoping that one day I can help someone super talented achieve their dreams.
Awesome.
No.
I love that. If you could give a piece of advice to an upcoming artist, um, about the current state of the music industry, what would that be?
Well, don't stay in your lane.
Mm,
Don't stay in your lane. Keep going, keep fighting, don't give up, and don't forget that this is never linear. So there will be things you have to do that are completely aside from making music. But this is part of music business. So don't feel bad about it. Embrace it
mm.
and keep going. Give a punch. You got this.
Love that. That's good advice. Um, what does the future hold for you? Apart from, you want to do your own record label,
Yeah.
what are your hopes with Ayatoya and the future, maybe the next 2 years?
Well, I am going on another European tour. This will be my second European tour in the fall. Very excited for that. And as far as the future, after this, I'm hoping eventually for my own headlining tour in America and in Europe. Perhaps maybe in about 2 years, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think like that probably would make sense, hopefully.
Hmm.
I also am working super hard on securing distribution for my record label right now. It's super hard with, policies, changing shipping policies. Right now, my fans in Australia, uh, for example, they have to pay so much. to get their shipments, it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I want to do something about it for worldwide, Japan. It's all insane. It's insane how much a fan has to pay to get I Ya Toyah merchandise,
Hmm.
I Ya Toyah vinyl, and there are people out there. I have fans all over the world, Brazil, I mean, that I ship to. And it's insane. It's crazy. So I would like to do something about it. So I'm currently working on getting that next chapter for my record label and for I Ya Toyah because that is connected, obviously.
You experimented with acoustics, EP Ghost, and
Yes.
like the heavy guitar, the grungy electronics, and like the live shows. What unexplored like musical dimensions or themes are you eager to like explore next?
I definitely want to do more acoustic
Mm,
because I feel like that just brings the song into another world, you know,
yeah.
obviously. But other than this, I am super, super interested in score. So, score music, I've had opportunity to collaborate on a score twice so far, and I adore this. This is something else. This is like so addictive
Hmm.
that I really would like to do more of that in the future. This is like on my mind constantly.
Yeah, that's cool. What kind of score are you thinking? Like give me an example of a movie or something that would fit your framing, I guess you would say.
I guess it all depends because you create the vibe. But I've worked with a videographer, with the filmmaker Ralph Klishevich on two of his independent films to lay the score. And then in the future, well, I don't know. David Lynch would be a perfect example, I
Yeah.
guess, any of his movies because the music just elevates the bizarreness of all the surreal things happening on the screen.
Hmm.
They just elevate it. Without it, it wouldn't exist. And even the uncomfortable silence that he uses so much and the hum, of electricity, it's such a delicious choice for some of the scenes. It's nobody else does this like this. But I mean, John Carpenter and his, films and music, that is definitely a big influence for my love to score world. Um, I mean, anything by Trent Reznor too. He's great.
Yeah.
He's absolutely amazing. So all his work is insane. I think he's perfect for it. Um, I mean, there is a lot of Polish composers too, Polish producers, composers that do scoring. That yeah, I think it would have to be dark movie,
Yeah.
maybe psychological. Yeah,
Psychological thriller.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
You mentioned you're going on tour in Europe. Who are you going on tour with?
I'm going with Bisto Bianco. And so this is basically Alice Cooper squad, Alice Cooper daughter and his musicians.
Uh-huh.
I'm very excited as Alice Cooper is such a
Yeah.
crazy, strong, I mean, just perfect, bright personality and the music scene. And so is Calico, his daughter,
Mhm.
and the band, So I'm extremely excited to meet everyone and to share the stage. And Dacha Mandala is the French band that also will be a part of the tour.
Mhm.
S- This is gonna be cool. It's gonna be a very nice lineup. I feel like between the three of those acts, this will be a versatile, interesting live show every night.
Love that. I bet you're excited. When does that start?
It starts exactly on my birthday, November 2nd, in Berlin.
Oh,
So
there you go.
I'm believing probably late October to assemble my production, to get everything together, and to do the travel from point A to point B, and then join the bus. We're gonna be traveling on the bus with Bisto Blanco. So my
Nice.
crew and I, that means, yeah,
Very cool. That's very exciting.
very excited.
Um, Last question.
Hmm.
Give me a your most memorable moment being on tour.
Oh my God. I probably nothing beats that Gramercy Theater in New York.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
the theater that I absolutely adore because it has this vibe. It's kind of like haunted almost.
Mhm.
It's great, great place. And it's right in the center of Manhattan, beating heart. So it's a huge honor every time, which I mean, I've played there twice now. And the second time that I performed, which was only a couple months ago,
Mhm.
I was very excited because of all the I just said,
Yeah.
and I'm performing my heart out. I'm, doing the wildest things on stage,
Mhm.
wearing those platform boots that are probably, and I'm probably not exaggerating, that high. And last song is about to start, and I'm just so excited, and I fall.
Oh,
Trip over my own equipment and my own boots, and I fall back
mhm.
right at my visual screen in those boots. So the screen just like falls back, and
Ah,
it's seconds, it's microseconds when it's happening. And I know I'm about to start singing. And so I take the microphone. I'm trying to recreate the slow-mo moment, how it happened, because in my head it's so vivid. And somehow I've had microphone still in my hand. I know I'm about to go. I have to play keyboard, but I cannot make it. So I just rise up, swing back on those boards, and I start singing Panic Room section
yeah.
right when it's supposed to happen.
Uh-huh.
And weirdly, magically, Gramercy Theater is a magic place. It
Mhm.
really is. My screen comes right back in. It snaps back in. It gets up just like I do. And
Part of the
then
show.
and the show keeps going. And I'm reaching the keyboard a little late, but I'm starting to play those synths, heavy synths that are part of the chorus there
Uh-huh.
that begins the song. And yeah, it's like it never happened. Except I felt a little discomfort in my leg for a little bit, but not too much. I didn't break anything.
Yeah.
Didn't even injure anything. It
Right.
was it was, but I saw people's faces. Everybody just froze in anticipation. Everybody was terrified. It was like this microseconds of horror.
Hmm.
So that is probably the most memorable only because of that.
What a lonely day, wrapped in disarray.